Dominicana, mi bandera, the River Osana, Christopher Columbus's son's house right here. Right now I'm living opposite this house. Incredible place to live. The history, the music, the sultry, sexy senoritas. Santo Domingo, my friends. What a place. What a place. What a deep, soulful belly this city has. Boys, I'm going to share the live with my friends. 1 second. So, yeah, these are the old walls of... Basically, they're the first, this is the first major civil construction in the Americas from Europeans. What an incredible thought that is. An incredible thought that is. So, yeah, I'm Joseph, I'm the Wing Bro. On this channel, I talk all things dating and cold approach. I talk about the international lifestyle for men. I talk about the international lifestyle for men. Just try not to get run over by the police here. And yeah, female sexuality, male sexuality. I am a coach. I'm a specialist in daytime cold approach. It's really the most advanced form of seduction, where you just go to the girl in the street and with a romantic intent and you move things forward. There's a handful of men on the planet who are actually proficient at this. And so that's what I teach. I teach 3-day immersions where we take guys from basically being hopeless, the hopeless romantic, the desperate guy, the guy who's living in purgatory. And you know a lot of you are. You know a lot of you are, and you know how I know this? So was I. So we go from that to being privately wealthy, which means you can just come out into the streets on any given day. These are just beautiful streets. They're not busy streets for approach, but look at this, wonderful. But you can come out into the streets on any given day. You get your approach mojo going, and you basically just get firing. And because you know what to do, you know you're going to get success, very likely on the same day. I went out yesterday. This is a true fucking story. I went out yesterday, but right, and I'm going to go and do some approach. Been inside all day doing boring stuff all day. I thought, let's go do some approach. I walked down the Calle Conde here, Conde Street. I thought, right, as soon as I turn around, I'll start. I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to walk slowly up the street. And the first set I did, it was 4 girls getting off the bus. And yeah, opened 4 of them. And I closed one of the girls inside 20 seconds. Number closer inside 20 seconds. 4 set, 20 seconds. I started my set 10 seconds before. So within 30 seconds of starting my set, I'd closed an attractive girl. She was messaging me later that night. I went home. They were going to a club, I just went home. She messaged me today, I've not even responded to her. I had just too much other stuff to do. That is the true power of daytime approach. I basically went out into the street and essentially could have got laid with a girl I met and closed within 30 seconds of starting my session. Now, that obviously that doesn't happen every time, right? That doesn't happen every time. That's not even that common, to be honest. That's one of the fastest closes I've ever had. But it's not the fastest though. My point is though, that's the power of it. And even if the first 3, 4, 5 didn't hit, which often happens, I know ultimately that I've got the skill to continue on and to continue just to continue on with the approach and until I get the result. Let's speak to these two here. Let's speak to these two. Permiso, ¿sois turistas? ¿O sois de aquí?
Sí.
¿Sois de aquí? ¿Te gustaría entrar en mi live 30 segundos y saludar a la gente en mi país, en Inglaterra?
Claro.
Estamos mostrando como la belleza aquí, la belleza
Claro que
aquí
sí.
también. Okay.
Pero tú no vas a grabar.
Sí, estamos un live. Estamos un live.
Claro.
¿Con permiso?
Claro.
Okay.
Sí.
So,
Hola. ¿Qué tal?
¿hablas inglés? Do you speak English?
A little
No.
bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Pues hablamos español, yo lo puedo traducir.
¿Español?
Español mejor.
Ok, claro.
Okay.
Sí.
¿Sois de aquí, de Santo Domingo?
Sí.
Okay, the Santo Domingo girls right here. ¿Estudias, trabajas aquí?
Sí.
Las dos?
Sí.
Oh, so they work and they study at the same time, guys. ¿Y qué haces ahora mismo?
Nada, salimos como que chilling a pasear. A comer. A comer, exacto.
¿Hacer selfies?
Exacto.
Ah, ok. ¿Y tenéis maridos, tenéis novios?
Sí.
Muchos novios.
No, un solo. La
Solo
dominicana
uno.
nada más tenemos un solo chico.
Ah, do you hear that, guys? So Dominican girls only have one guy. You've got guys. Pues tiene algo más a decir a los ingleses.
Que
Ok.
pueden venir para acá, que vengan a disfrutar, que aquí es súper chulo, súper lindo y que si prueban una dominicana, más nunca tienen una Inglaterra.
Yeah, yo estoy de acuerdo con eso.
Yeah.
So she said, boys, you guys should come, you should check out the place, and if you get with a Dominican girl, you will never go back to an English girl. That's actually factually correct. So,
Never in your life.
¿y quiere compartir su nombre? ¿Tiene un Insta? ¿Tiene algo así?
Sí, podemos ir al nombre.
Ok, ¿cómo te llamas?
Lili.
Lily.
Sara.
Sara, ay, pero es un nombre en inglés.
Sí,
Wow.
Lily Collins.
Lily Collins.
No.
Lily Márquez.
No, Lily.
Lily. Ok. Encantado, mucho gusto.
Igual, un
Que
placer.
pases un buen
Nice to meet
noche.
you.
Gracias por estar en mi live.
Bye. See you later.
Take it easy. Ciao. So there you go, boys. If that doesn't whet your appetite for this island, nothing will. So yeah, so they were just nice girls, like fun, friendly, approachable. When you've got, that was obviously I'm doing this for fun, but approach it's not that dissimilar to that. There's more edge in an actual approach. That would be a 2 set. So with those, I'd want to select very quickly. Oh my goodness me! I'd want to select very quickly. I want to select very quickly which one I was going for, and then focus on that compliment to that girl, and then it just establishes the situation. Okay, this is who I'm interested in, and then still speak to the other one as well. The other girl can actually blow your set out as well. The other girl can blow your set out as well. So you do need to keep to some extent. You don't do it in a people-pleasing way. You just kind of say, hey, just give me 2 minutes with your friend, and usually they'll do that. So yeah. So where was I before we went in there? Yes, you're privately wealthy with daytime approach. We can just come out into the streets like this. It's Sunday night. Yeah. Just look around. Just look around. This is a daily experience for me. And so, yeah, when you combine highly skilled, you're just good at cold approach. You know what you're doing. You got the right guys around you as well. You got a right network around you of guys. Mostly the skill though. When you've got that skill, you can actually unlock the international lifestyle. Your average tourist who comes out here, who doesn't have any approach skills, which is most of the Anglosphere guys, there's not a lot they can actually really do, because they just don't. You go to a bar, the girls aren't going to approach you, the local guys are very active, and yeah, you might get someone on an app, sure, you might do, but it's kind of a passive situation. Some of my clients have said when they came to work with me in Belgrade, like I just remember one guy who did super well saying, if I'd come out alone, I'd probably just walk around a bit and then spend the evenings just like nursing a beer. And that's just realistically what you're going to do, because you don't have the knowledge or skill and you don't have the right people alongside you. Of course, that's what everyone's going to do. That's what I did often when I traveled previously. I'd go to clubs and, I learned my approach in the club game, really. But when you actually have high-level approach skills plus an international lifestyle, then it all kind of unlocks. Right, my goodness me. We have got a spectacle here, my friends. We've got quite the spectacle. Yeah, Mohid, mate, get yourself into tech sales, get yourself some money, and let's do it, bro. Let's do it. You know you want it. Let's go. Yeah. I'm in Dominican Republic, Daniel. Let's do some more approach, man. Let me show you this area just because it's fucking cool. It's like, this is Sunday night, guys. This is a rainy Sunday night. Just look at this. People sat outside, having drinks. Dancing merengue in the street. This is life, boys. Life can be this good. It really can. It really can. Get some online income going on. Get some approach skills. Oh my God. And what I'm building here is, from my own point of view, is the Bratva, the brotherhood of like-minded international guys who want to get themselves out all over the world, who want to have awesome, successful lives, but also want to taste the fruits of the world. You know, maybe you take a nice exotic foreign wife. You know, modern day. You know, the modern day conquistadors. That is what this channel is all about. If you resonate with this content, if you like what you're seeing here, if you feel that you've got the minerals and you made of the right stuff for cold approach, let me just describe that in a second. Cold approach, first of all, you need to be a certain level of guy to start. It doesn't need to be extremely high, but if you're morbidly obese, chronically online, addicted to porn, computer game guy, you're too far away from cold approach. You're too far away even from dating, dude. You need to get a couple of things sorted first. But if you're like decently dressed, normal weight, decent enough social skills, you do not have to be extroverted. I am naturally introverted. You may not believe that, given that, oh my God, she looks good. She looks good. Right, I'll stop her. So, but yeah, you don't have to be an extrovert. You don't have to be an extrovert. You can be introverted. I am introverted, despite how it might look. So, yeah, I'll stop these two here. Permiso. Os gustaría entrar en mi live un segundo. Estoy haciendo un live a Inglaterra. Estoy mostrando la zona colonial, la belleza, los oficios, la belleza dominicana también. ¿Le gustaría entrar un segundo? Es un live, es en vivo, pero está estrellando en Inglaterra, no aquí. The hesitating. 30 segundos quieres. Solo un hola, ¿cómo te llamas? Okay, está bien. Okay, so we're going to introduce you to some other beautiful Dominican girls here. ¿Hablas inglés? Ah, you speak English. We can do it in English then. Do you speak with American accent or English accent?
Well, I speak with American.
You're American?
Yeah.
And Americana? Oh, okay, nice. Maybe you don't want to share your names, so I'll just ask you, what are you up to tonight in San Domingo? What are you up to tonight?
Well, we just have dinner and walking around. It's very pretty and nice.
Doing selfies? You're out for selfies?
Yeah.
I know that. Are you the photographer?
Yes,
I thought you
I
were
am.
a photographer. Oh, fair enough. And you cousins, sisters, friends, primas, amigas, amantes, everything. Okay, nice. So what are your plans tonight? Where are you heading?
Well, we're trying to find a park. I think it's down there. Just to say.
You got quite gangster accent. But because I'm from Britain, yeah, everyone in America either sounds like a Texas person or a gangster. That's how I feel. You go to the Columbus Park?
Yeah.
Oh, nice, yeah. Down there, yeah. So you don't live here, you're not Dominican?
I do live here. I'm here.
Okay. How you find it?
I like it. I'm Dominican, so.
Yeah, you look it, extremely. Yeah. So you guys have a family here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Guys, come to Dominican Republic, you meet beautiful, even the American girls. You guys are supposed to be obese. This is what we're hearing in Europe. You guys are all obese. Even the American girls are hot. Okay. Pues mucho gusto. Que pasa buena noche. Thanks very much. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well. Have a nice night. Take it easy. So boys, they were actual lessers. Fucking hell, they actually were lessers. Look at that. Approaching Dominican lesbians online. Wow, what a world. So yeah, you don't have to be Mr. Extroverted. I'm not. I've been in my house all day, so it's kind of nice to just to get out. Actually, being introverted for daytime approach, it favors introverts. Because as an introvert, you're probably quite stimulus sensitive. So spending a lot of time in clubs. First of all, you can't go to clubs that much. You only probably go once, twice. Probably, well, depends how much you want to wreck your life. But you can probably go a couple times a week. And it's very high stimulus, high volume environment. So you, it just takes a lot out of your system. It really takes a lot out of your system. It's very high energy. You just have to kind of bring the chaos, basically. That's what nighttime approach is for another thing. I definitely got a lot of my experience through nighttime approach. So just to go on a brief tangent here, I started off going to clubs when I was 15. The first clubs I went to were under 18s clubs. And you literally would go over to girls and your mate would go over to them and say, hey, do you want to pull my friend? And basically you would get the nods if the girl liked the look of you, and if they didn't, well, you fucking get on your bike, mate. And this was Kingdom Nightclub, Club Wow in Sheffield. If you know, you know. If you're 40 years old, you know you had your first kiss in those hallowed walls in Kingdom Nightclub or in Club Wow. But I was going to clubs from 15, then we're straight into the adult club when we're 16. That was a big shift because all of a sudden in this adult environment, it's like seeing crazy things happening as well. And yeah, I think like a lot of guys, when I was in the school sort of time, you know, had a girlfriend, you know, I found an attractive girl and she liked me, so I just stuck with her. But as I got into the adult world, early 20s, late teens, I found it much more difficult to integrate with, like I'd go to clubs and I just felt like there was all these games happening. I didn't even fucking know what was happening. All these weird status games. And I was like in the crossfire or something, like in a war I didn't even know was happening. That's how it often felt. And I just found it very confusing, actually. As a rational-minded guy who didn't drink, I wasn't very power and status oriented at that point when I was like 20, 21, as most 20, 21-year-olds aren't. I just didn't get it. I had no clue what was going on. And actually, just as I started to turn the corner at 25, so I had some very lean years in my early 20s, extremely lean. Let's go down this way because it's pretty loud. And I'll go down this way. I had some very lean years in the early 20s. And you know, everyone thinks your early 20s are supposed to be your peak. They're by far my worst years. 21 to 25 is the years where I had least sex of my whole life, by far. And ironically, it's where my hormones were at their peak, as all men are, right? Early 20s. You got testosterone coming out your fucking eyelids at that age. And what a frustration, you can't actually get it. You can't actually get what you want. Maybe that's built into nature or something to get young men to actually go and achieve things, basically. Go and achieve stuff, sort yourself out, and you've got all the tests, you've got all the motivation. That frustration almost acted as like a spring, like it was like a coiled spring, building and building and building inside me. And yeah, and just as I started to turn the corner in my, oh no, here we go, another one. Just as I started to turn my corner, boys, what am I witnessing here? I bet she's waiting for a date. Yeah, I'm definitely approaching her. Just as I started to turn the corner in my early 20s, actually disaster struck. disaster struck. Permiso. Permiso. Te vi al otro lado de la calle. Te veo increíble.
Gracias.
Muy elegante.
Gracias.
Estoy haciendo un live a Inglaterra. ¿Quieres aparentar un... No, no, pasa. ¿Quieres aparentar un minuto?
No, gracias.
Estás esperando a tu novia.
Sí, a mi esposo.
Tu esposo.
Mira.
Ella es tu esposo.
Sí.
Muy fuerte ese chico. Se van entrando aquí, en el
Yo pensé que bueno.
Gracias.
ciao. Yeah, I'll just show you from the back. She was fucking ridiculous, dude. Yeah, that was one of those where it's like she didn't want to appear in the live in any case. She was very fit. Yeah, where was I? So I had just as I was turning the corner, age 25, I started to get. I had some really bad health problems, really bad, like horrible years, and ended up having a big operation, like a 3-hour operation. Just horrible times, man, horrible times. And so I got to 27, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in my life? Like, I've spent so much time working, I've been so motivated, but I literally feel like since I was a teenager, I've barely been able to get a fucking girlfriend. I was 26, 27 when my health improved significantly, and I started to get myself out there again. And to tell you the truth, even when my health was atrocious, there were nights I would go to a club, literally my friends would practically carry me in. Because we were young guys, we want to go out and stuff. So literally practically carry me in, and I would sit there, I would sit on a seat, and I would literally mac. This is no joke. I remember pulling an Egyptian girl like this, and I got her to come over, I waved her to come over to me, because I couldn't fucking walk across to go and say hello to her. So, yeah, maybe I was in some way destined to teach this, because I've been down at the lowest imaginable echelon of this. Like, if you can walk, you're better off than I was at that point. I literally promise you, I couldn't walk 50 meters. I was so fucking ill. But at the same time, I still had testosterone. So that ended, and I got back into real life, got back into my main life. And when I felt like I got this second chance at life, when my health was restored, the social life and the dating life went from, this would be nice if I got this improved, it went from, I need to sort this out right now.